Hi there. Right now we will learn how to create a printable business card. You can use an image on your business card and that will be a printable business card. And this fantastic business card we will create with a fantastic software. And the name of this fantastic software is Adobe Photoshop. So let's take a look on entire process. As you know, the standard size for creating a business card width is 3.5 inches and the height will be 2 inches. So let's create a new image from our file menu. Here is the file menu and I'm selecting this new options. Here is the tab for creating our new business card, and as I told you before, width will be 3.5 inches and the height will be 2 inches. And please make sure this height and width field should be with inches. You don't have to select pixels or centimeters or millimeters or any other parameters. You just have to use inches. And resolution will be 300 pixel per inch and color mode will be RGB color. So let's write a name for this image. I want to write printable business card. Printable business card. And I'm selecting OK. So here is our image and we will create our business card on here. And here is the layer panel. You can take a look, a new layer is created and I want to rename this layer. To rename a layer, you just have to double click on your mouse left button. So I am double clicking on here and let me write a name, white BG. That means white background and I'm selecting OK. So here is our layer name is changed and right now we will draw a rectangle shape on here. And as you know, to draw a rectangle shape, you have to use rectangle tools. So here is the rectangle tools and I'm selecting this rectangle tools. And please make sure this fill color should be black. You can choose black color from here or here is the color picker option. You just have to use this black color. So I'm selecting OK. And right now we will draw a rectangle shape on here. So let me draw the rectangle shape. So here is our black rectangle shape. And let me minimize the properties of rectangle shape and you can take a look. A new layer is created and let me write a new name for these layers and I want to write black left bar. So here is our layer is renamed and right now we will use the brush tool. So here is the brush tool and we will use it right now, but before using this brush tool we have to create a new layer. So let's create a new layer from our layer panel, and to create a new layer we have to click this plus sign and you can take a look. A new layer is created and I want to rename this layer. So you just have to double click on your mouse left button and let me rename it brush effect. Brush effect. Okay, cool. And right now we will use the brush tool. So here is the brush tool and I'm selecting this brush tool. And you can take a look on here, a brush setting panels icon. So I'm selecting this brush setting panels and you will get a different type of brush settings on this brush setting panels, and we will use dispersion brush and therefore we have to select this brushes option. So I'm selecting this brushes option, and as I told you that we will use a dispersion brush. So here is the dispersion brush, and if you don't have this brush pack on your software, then you don't have to worry about it, because I already given this brush pack with our exercise file. And let me show you how you will import this dispersion brush on your software. So let's take a look. To import a brush pack, you just have to click on this icon. I'm clicking on this icon, and then you will get this import brushes option. So I am clicking this import brushes option. So here is our exercise file, and in our business card design folder we have to open this business card design folder, and there you will get the dispersion brush pack. So here is the dispersion brush pack. You just have to open this folder. Let me open this folder once again, and here is the brush pack, and you just have to select this brush pack with ABR extension, and you just have to click load. So I'm clicking this load option, and you can take a look. A brush pack is added. It's quite simple. So you just have to follow this way, and then you can able to import brushes on your software. So let's take a dispersion brush from these brush panels. So here is the 20 dispersion brushes folder. Let me open it. And here is a different type of dispersion brushes are available. So let me take a look some brush effect, how it look like. I am selecting this dispersion 3, and let's take a look how it look like. If you just move your mouse cursor in blank space, then you can take a look the preview. And let me find some better brush. Let me select this dispersion 9. No, let me find some better. Here it is, dispersion 15. Let me select dispersion 16. I think dispersion 16 looks good. So we will use this dispersion 16, and let me decrease the size of brush. Here it's right now with 2500 pixel. Let me go with 1000 pixel. 1000 pixel, and we will use this brush. And before using this brush, I want to change the brush angles. So in that case, we have to select this brush settings option, and here is the angle option, and let me change the angles. Let me use 179. No, it's not looks good. Let me change this angle a little bit more. Yeah, now it looks good. Okay, so we will use 140 degree angles, and let me minimize this brush setting panels. And before using your brush effect, please make sure your brush effect layer is selected. So let me draw some brush effect in here. And right now I will draw a hard brush effect on here. And make some more dots. Okay, you can take a look. A brush effect is created on here, and right now we will insert an image on this business card. So let's insert an image. To insert an image, you just have to open our exercise file. So let me open our file menu, and here is open option. So I'm clicking this open option, and in our exercise file you will get city light image, and we will use this city light image in our business card. So therefore you just have to select this image and then click on open. So here is city light image opened on Adobe Photoshop, and let me use this move tool, and we will drag and drop this image in our business card. But before using this image on our business card, I want to rename this layer. So you just have to double click on this layer and let me write city light image, and I'm clicking OK, and you can take a look. The name of this layer is changed, and as I have selected this move tool, and I will use drag and drop method for moving this image on our business card, or you can copy and paste it, but I prefer drag and drop. So you just have to drag, and here I will drop the image, and you can take a look. A new layer is added, that is city light image, and we will scale this image with our brush effect. So let's scale it, and let me set the position first, and we will scale this image. And to scale this image properly, we have to reduce the opacity. So here is the opacity. Let me decrease the opacity level. Okay. And right now we will scale it. To scale this image, you just have to click edit menu, and from there you will get this transform option, and then you just have to click or select this scale option, and you can take a look, and we will scale it. Let me place this high-rise building over here. Okay, looks good. And here is a tick mark. I'm clicking on this tick mark, or you can use Control and Enter button from your keyboard. So I'm clicking on this tick mark, and let me increase the opacity, and let me make it 100%. Okay, now it really looks good. And right now we will create a clipping mask. To create clipping mask, you just have to right click on your mouse, and let me right click my mouse on this city light image layer, and then you will get this create clipping mask option. So I'm selecting this create clipping mask. Boom, magic. So you can take a look, a new style is appeared, and right now we will work with this blank space. So we will use a black background on here instead of white background, and therefore I want to draw a rectangle shape. So you just have to use these rectangle tools, and please make sure the fill color of this rectangle shape will be black. So here is the fill option, and you just have to make sure the fill color will be black. So let's draw a rectangle shape on here. Let me draw the rectangle shape. Okay, cool. So here is the rectangle shape, and you can take a look. A new layer is created, and we want to rename this layer. Let me write black BG as this layer name. So you just have to double click on here, and let me write black BG, and we will place this layer on here below the black left bar. So let's move it down, and we will place it on here below this black left bar. And right now you can take a look, a black background is created. So it really looks good. And right now we will write the name, and therefore we have to use our type tool to type some text. So let's go in our text part. So as this is a business card, so we will write a name first, and as an example I will write my name. So here is the type tool, and we will use this type tool to write text. So I'm selecting this type tool, and we will use this Rockwell extra bold font to type our name. If you don't have this Rockwell extra bold font on your computer, then you don't have to worry, because I already given this Rockwell extra bold font in our exercise file. So you just have to install it from our exercise file. And if you don't know how to install font on your computer, so let me show you. And therefore you have to open our exercise file. Here is our exercise file, and in our business card design folder you will get this fonts folder. So let me open this, and here is the Rockwell extra bold fonts, and you just have to open this, and here is the install option. You just have to click in this install option, then this font will be installed on your computer. It's quite simple. So let's get back to work, and we will keep it in regular mode, and the font size will be 14, and we don't use this black color as our text color, as because we already have a black background, and therefore we will use some pink or red color. So let's change the text color. So here is the color option, and here is the color picker, and let's take a look on red color. Let me select pink color. Here is the preview, and I think it will be better to use a color using combination of red and pink color. So let's find a color with pink and red combination. I think this seems good. So this is a color with combination of pink and red color, and if you want to use this exact color, you just have to type this code on your color picker. The code is FF0084. So you just have to type it on your color picker option, and I'm selecting OK. And before typing your name, please make sure your city light image layer is selected. So you just have to select this layer, and right now we will write my name. So let me write my name. Stephen Cowell Saren. So here is my name, and you can press Ctrl Enter button from your keyboard, or just you can click this tick mark. So here is our name, and let me scale it, and therefore we have to select this edit menu, and from there we will go for transform option, and here is the scale option, or you can use Ctrl and T button from your keyboard. So let me scale this text in here, and let me decrease the size a little bit more. Okay, now it looks good, and here is the tick mark. Let me select this tick mark. The color of this font and the color of this text is really looks good, but I want to make this text more attractive, and therefore we have to use a bevel and emboss effect in this text. So let's take a look how you will add a bevel and emboss effect on this text. So before adding an effect to our text, let me zoom in this image, and we will focus on text. Okay, now it looks good, and right now you will have a clear concept of how this effect working with text and how this effect changes the style. So let's add a bevel and emboss effect, and therefore you have to select this effects option from layer panel, and then you will get this bevel and emboss option. So I'm selecting this bevel and emboss option. Here is the setting panel for bevel and emboss option, and you can take a look on here how this style changes with different setting of bevel and emboss. And here is different type of styles are available, like inner bevel, outer bevel. So let me show you some different style. Here is the outer bevel, and you can take a look how it's changing the text style. Let me show you emboss. This is the pillow emboss, but we will use inner bevel. So here is the inner bevel, so I'm selecting this inner bevel, and we will use it as our style of bevel and emboss. And here is the depth parameter, so let me increase the percentage of depth. Okay, let me increase, okay, 470%, and let me increase the size. So let's increase the size a little bit more, and you can take a look the changes in here. So let me increase a little bit more. Okay, 10 pixel is good. And right now we will increase the soften pixel. So let's increase the soften. Okay, 4 pixel. Now it's really looks much better. So we will use 470% for our depth parameter. We will use 10 pixel for our size, and we will use 4 pixel for our soften. And I'm selecting OK, and you can take a look, it really looks much better. So let's take a look how before and after preview is appearing on here. So here is the bevel and emboss layer, so let me turn it off. This is the before style, and this is the after style after adding the bevel and emboss effect, and I'm sure you will like this style than before. Okay, now it really looks much attractive than before. And right now we will make this text more attractive, and therefore we will add a stroke in this text. So let's add a stroke in this text. So we will add a stroke from our layer panel, and therefore we have to click this effects option once again, and then you will get this stroke option in here. So I'm selecting this stroke option. Here is the setting panel of stroke, and let's customize this setting. We will increase the size of stroke. Let me increase the size a little bit more. I think 5 pixels seems too much. Let me decrease the size for 1, 3. I think 2 will be better. Okay, we will use 2 pixel for our size, and let me increase the percentage of opacity. So let me increase the opacity level. Okay, now it really looks much better, and we will use the fill type as a color, and we will use white color for our stroke color. So let me select OK, and now it really looks much better and much attractive than before. So let's take a look before and after effect. So let me turn it off, the stroke layer. So this is the before style, and this is the after adding stroke style in our text. So I think this style is really looks much better than before. And right now we will write a designation. So let's write a designation, and let's zoom out this image. Okay, so right now we will write a designation in here. Before writing our designation, we have to convert this text layer into a smart object, and it's really simple. You just have to right click on your mouse in here, and then you will get this convert to smart object. So I'm selecting this convert to smart object, and you can take a look. This text layer is converted into smart object, and you will get this entire settings for text layer. You just have to double click on this icon, and here is the all previous settings are available in here. So this is how the smart object is working. So let me close this tab, and right now we will write the designation, and therefore we have to use Nyla font. And let's select the Nyla font from here. Here is the Nyla font, and this Nyla font, if you don't have this on your computer, you can use it from our exercise file. And let me decrease the font size. I want to put in for 10 point, and we will use the white color for our designation. So let me select this color option, and we will go for white color. So here is the white color, and I'm selecting OK. So let's write the designation. Let me write CEO of Skill 4. Okay, CEO of Skill 4, and here is the check mark. I'm clicking this check mark, and let's scale it. You can use Ctrl and T button from your keyboard, and we will scale this. Okay, now it really looks good. And right now we will insert a logo. So let's insert a logo, and therefore we have to open our exercise file. So I'm selecting this file menu, and from there I'm selecting this open option, and you will get a logo of Skill 4 in our exercise file. So here is a Skill 4 logo. You just have to open it. So let me open this logo in here, and we will use this logo in our business card. But before using this logo, I want to rename this layer. So let me rename this layer. I want to write logo, and we have to use this move tool. So here is the move tool, and let me drag and drop this logo to our business card. Drag, 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 and here. So let me scale it. I want to scale this logo with our business card, and let's place it in here. Okay, now it looks good, and here is the tick mark. I'm clicking this tick mark, and you can take a look that our logo layer is added. And right now we will use the information of this visiting card, like address, phone number, email, and rest of the part. So let's do that. So we will use this type tool. So let me select this type tool, and right now we will write our phone number, our address, and email address. And for this text we will use this Nyla font, and we have to use this 8 point for our text size, but we will use a different color instead of white color, and we will use the same color which we used for our name. So let's change the color, and here is the color option, and I want to use the same color which we used in our name for our phone number, for our address and email address. So you can copy and paste it, the color code for this text, or you just have to use this eyedropper tool. Here is the eyedropper tool. So I'm selecting this color code, and here is the exact color. So I'm selecting OK, and right now I will write the name. But before that, I want to enable my grid view, and therefore you have to select this view menu, and from there you will get this show option, and here is a grid. So let me select this grid option. Okay, cool. So let me write the phone number first. So let me write the phone number. Phone 123 123 1234. Okay, so here is our phone number. Let me write the address. We will scale it later, so let me write the address and DDRASS address 1234 Springfield Road, Springfield Road. Let me write the address properly. Springfield, CA, and let me write the zip code 95370. Okay, so here is a tick mark, and let me write the email address. So let me write the email address here. Email info@scale4.com. Okay, so right now we will scale this, and we will scale it first our phone number. So here is the phone number. Let me select this layer of phone number, and you just have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard, and let's scale it properly. Okay, and right now we will scale our address, and therefore you have to select this address layer, and then just you have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard. Okay, looks good. And right now we will scale our email address, so therefore you just have to select this email layer, and you have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard. Okay, now it really looks good, and we are almost done. But before finishing this business card design, I want to change this this image, as because this image looks like quite simple. So let's change this image style, and let's do that. So right now we will change this image style, and we will make it more attractive, and therefore we have to use our brush tool. But before using our brush tool, we have to create a new layer. So let's create a new layer from here. So here is the plus sign, and a new layer is created, and let me rename this layer. I want to write pink BG overlay. Okay, pink BG overlay. And right now we will use this brush tool. So here is the brush tool, and let's change the foreground color from here. Here is the foreground color, and I want to use a light pink color. So let me select a light pink color. Okay, looks good. And we will draw an effect of brush in this image. So let me draw it slowly on here, and let's cover this entire city light image. Okay, looks good. And right now we will blend this brush beige overlay layers. So here is the blending option, and I will use the overlay blending option from here. So I'm selecting this blending option, and here is the overlay blending option. So I'm selecting this overlay, and you can take a look how it's look like. I think it looks much better than before. So let me turn it off, this pink beige overlay, this layer. I want to turn it off. Here is the before effect, and here is the after, and I'm sure you will like this effect, and it really looks much attractive than before. So let me turn it off, the grid view. So here is the view menu, shows option, and here is the grid view. Let me turn it off, and here is the clear look. So this is how you will create a printable business card, and I'm sure you will like this business card, and this really looks much better. So if you want to create a printable business card using Adobe Photoshop, you just have to practice by watching this tutorial, and I will request you, please practice minimum 3 or 4 times by watching this tutorial. Then you will have a clear concept and you can easily create a printable business card using this method. And if you have any question about creating this printable business card, then you can put your question in our comment box. So see you in next lesson. Bye bye. Hi there. Right now we will learn how to create a credit card design business card. This is totally exceptional and uncommon type business card. If you have your Visa card or MasterCard or American Express, any type of credit card you may have, and we will create your business card and it will look like a MasterCard or Visa or American Express. So in this tutorial we will create a business card that will be totally look like a MasterCard and your all info will be there. So let's take a look how you will create a credit card design, especially MasterCard design business card. As you know, the standard size for creating a business card, width will be 3.5 inches and height will be 2 inches. So let's create an image with that size, and therefore we have to select this file menu, and from there we will go for new option. And here is the tab for creating our new image. And as I told you before, that width will be 3.5 inches. Please make sure this field should be with inches. You don't have to select pixels or centimeters or millimeters, just put inches. As well as we will use inches for height also, and we will put 2 inches for height. And the resolution of the image will be 300 pixel per inches, and color mode will be RGB color. And I want to write a name for this image. Let me write a name like a credit card design business card. So let me write the name credit card design business card. Cool. So I'm selecting OK from here. You can take a look, our image is created, and you can take a look, a new layer is created on our layer panels, and I want to rename this layer. So therefore you just have to double click on your mouse left button on here. So let me double click on here, and I want to write white BG. That means white background, and I'm selecting OK. So you can take a look, our layer name is changed, and right now we will add a wood background in this image. So let's add a wood background in here. To insert a wood background, we have to go our file menu, and from there we will use this place embedded option. So I'm selecting this place embedded option, and you will get a white wood. Here is the white wood image in our exercise file. So I'm selecting this white wood image, and I'm selecting place option. You can take a look, a wood background, a wood image is appearing on here. So let's scale it with our white BG layer. So here is the scale option. Okay, now it all looks good, and here is the tick mark. I'm selecting this tick mark, or you can use Ctrl and Enter button from your keyboard, and you can take a look. A new layer is appearing on our layer panel with the similar name of white wood image. Okay, cool. So right now we will draw a rectangle shape, and therefore we have to use our rectangle tools. So here is the rectangle tools, and please make sure your fill color of a rectangle shape is black. So let's draw a rectangle shape. Okay, looks good. And I want to increase corner radius for each of corner, left, right, top and bottom. I want to increase the radius till 30 pixel. So let me increase the radius till 30 pixel for each and every corner. So you can take a look, a round shape is created for all corners, and now it really looks good. So let me minimize these properties, and I want to rename these layer names. I want to write curved shape black. So therefore I just have to double click on here with my left button of mouse, and let me write curved shape black. Okay, looks good. And now we will insert a black leaf image. So let's insert a black leaf image from our file menu. So here is the file menu, and again I will go for place embedded option. So I'm selecting this place embedded option, and here is the black leaf image. So I'm selecting this black leaf image, and I'm selecting place option. Okay, here is the black leaf image, and let's scale it properly. So I want to scale it on here. Now it looks good, and I'm selecting OK. Actually, this black leaf image we will use as a curved image. So therefore we have to use create clipping mask option. So you just have to select this black leaf image, and you have to click right button on your mouse, and then you will get create clipping mask option. So I'm selecting this create clipping mask option, and you can take a look. Our design is created, and I want to reduce the opacity of this black leaf image. Okay, let me reduce the opacity from here, and I want to reduce the opacity. I think 85% is good. Okay, so now it looks really good, and I will make this curved shape black and this black leaf image, as I want to convert it into a smart object. So let's do that. I'm selecting this black leaf image, and I also select this curved shape black layer. So I want to select both of these two layers. So let me select this curved shape layer, and you have to press shift button from your keyboard, and you just have to select this curved shape black layers, and you can take a look. These two layers is selected, and you just have to right click on your mouse, and you will get this convert to smart object. So I'm selecting this convert to smart object option, and you can take a look. This two layers is converted into a smart object. Okay, cool. Now it really looks good, and now we will create a MasterCard design logo. Actually, it's not will be MasterCard logo, but it will be similar like a MasterCard logo. So let's create it. So to create a logo that will be similar like MasterCard, we have to use the ellipse tool. So where is the ellipse tool? You just have to select this rectangle tools, and just press right button on your mouse, and then you will get this ellipse tool option. So I'm selecting this ellipse tool option, and please make sure the fill color of your ellipse tool will be red. So I'm selecting this fill option, and from color picker I will select a red color. So here is the red color, and I'm selecting OK. And right now I will draw a round shape using ellipse tool. and the fill color of the round shape will be red. So let's draw a round shape, and please hold your shift button during drawing a round shape. So I am pressing shift button from my keyboard and I want to draw a round shape. Okay, looks good. And you can take a look, a new layer is created, and I want to rename this layer by double clicking my mouse left button on here, and I want to write that red circle. Red circle. Okay, cool. So right now I will duplicate this layer, and therefore you just have to right click on here and then you will get this duplicate layer option. So I'm selecting this duplicate layer option and I want to write yellow circle as a name of this new layer. Yellow circle. Okay, and I'm selecting OK. Okay, looks good. And make sure your yellow circle layer is selected, and we will scale this circle, and therefore you just have to use Ctrl T button from your keyboard, or you can use edit menu, and from there you will get this transform path option and you will get this scale option. So you can use any one of them. So let's scale it. I want to move it a little bit right. I think okay, good. I think here is good, and here is a tick mark, so I am selecting this tick mark, and right now we will change the color for this red circle, and therefore you just have to double click on this layer. So I'm double clicking on here and you will get the color picker option, and we will use the yellow color. So where is the yellow color? Here is the yellow color, and I'm selecting OK. Now you can take a look. A design is created, I mean a logo is created. It's look like similar to MasterCard. Actually it's not the actual MasterCard logo, but it's look like a MasterCard logo. So it really looks awesome. And right now we will go for type tool. That means we have to type some text, and initially we will write the name. So let's write the name using type tools. So here is the type tool, and by using this type tool I will write my name first as an example, and please make sure the color of text is white. So here is the color option and I want to put pure white color. So here is the pure white color and I'm selecting OK. Okay, looks good. And let's write my name first. I want to write my name, Stephen Cowell Saren. Okay, so here is the text, but I don't want to use this font. I want to change the font. So let's select into a text by pressing Ctrl and A. That's called all select from your keyboard, and here is the font option. And I have lots of font collection, but one of my favorite font is MI tier. So let's go for MI tier. MI tier font. Here is the MI tier font. I want to use this font, and this MI tier font already given in our exercise file. You just have to install it if you don't have on your computer. So you can install it from our exercise file, that MI tier font, and now it really looks good. But it's actually right now it's in semi bold mode, but we will go for bold mode. So you have to select once again the entire text, and here is the option. I will go for bold option. So here is the bold option. Okay, looks good. And here is the tick mark. I am selecting this tick mark and I want to scale this text with this business card. So therefore you just have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard, and let's scale it properly. Okay, cool. So here is the tick mark. Okay, the font and the font style really looks good, but let's make this font more attractive, and therefore we will use a bevel and emboss effect in this text. So let's add a bevel and emboss effect to this text, and then this text will look much better. So let's do that. So here is the effects option. I am selecting this effects option, and here is the bevel and emboss option. So I'm selecting this bevel and emboss option, and here is the settings for bevel and emboss. Okay, so we will use this inner bevel as our style, and let's customize this depth, size and soften parameter. Then you can take a look how it's look like, and let's change the depth percentage. I want to increase the percentage of depth. I want to go for, I think 600 is good. So we will put 615% as our depth parameter, and let's increase the size. So let's increase the size, and you can take a look the changes appearing on here. So let's increase a little bit more. I think 15 is good. Let me write 15. Okay, cool. So I want to increase the soften pixel. So let's increase the soften pixel. Let's increase a little bit more. Okay, now it really looks good, and it really looks much better than before. So our depth parameter will be 615%, size will be 15 pixel, and soften will be 5 pixel. Okay, so I'm selecting OK. Now it really looks much better. If you turn it off, this effect, then you can have a previous view. Here is the previous one, I mean before, and here is the after. I think it really looks much better than before. Okay, right now we will work with our designation. So let's write the designation, but before that I want to convert this text layer into a smart object. So let's do that, and therefore you just have to right click on your mouse, and then you will get this convert to smart object. So I'm selecting convert to smart object, and you can take a look, our text layer is converted into a smart object. So let's write the designation here. So let me write the designation CEO of skill 4. Okay, CEO of skill 4, but we will not use this MITR font for writing the designation. I want to change this font, and I want to use Nyla font. So let's change the Nyla font. Let's select enter text, and here is the Nyla font. So I'm selecting Nyla font, and Nyla font already given in our exercise file. You can install it from there, and I want to decrease the text size, and here is the text size. I want to go for 10 point. I think 10 point will be better. Yeah, it looks good. And here is the tick mark, and I want to scale this designation with our name. So therefore I'm pressing Ctrl and T button from my keyboard, and let's scale this designation properly. Okay, looks good. And here is the tick mark. You can take a look, the designation, we scaled it properly with our name. So right now we will work with our phone number. Actually, we will write the phone number in here in a different way. As you know, every credit card have a card number, and we will write our phone number as like a card number. So let's do that. So let's write the phone number. I'm writing phone number on here, phone 000. Okay, cool. But I don't want to use this same font for phone number. I want to use a different font for phone number, and I want to use soloist title for phone number. So let me select enter this text and we will go for soloist title. So let's find where the soloist title font. Yeah, here is the soloist title. So I'm selecting this soloist title font and I want to increase the text size. So let's increase the text size. I want to put 14. 14 seems a little bit bigger, and 12. I want to write 13. Yeah, now it looks good. So here is a tick mark, and right now I want to scale this phone number in our business card. So let's scale this phone number. I am pressing Ctrl and T button from my keyboard and I want to scale it properly. Okay, looks good. And here is the tick mark. Now it looks really good, but I don't want to keep this phone number quite simple. I want to make it more attractive, so therefore we will use stroke and bevel and emboss option in here. So let's add the bevel and emboss effect first, then we will add a stroke effect. So let's add a bevel and emboss effect from our layer panel. So here is the effects option and here is the bevel and emboss option. So I'm selecting this bevel and emboss option. You can take a look the changes on here, but right now we will not use this white color for our highlight mode and we will not use this black color for our shadow mode. We will change this two color. I want to use a deep yellow color for our highlight mode and I want to use a light yellow color for our shadow mode. So let's do that. Here is the yellow color and I want to use a deep yellow color. I think it's good and I'm selecting OK, and here is the shadow mode. I want to use a light yellow color. Okay, it looks good and I'm selecting OK. You can take a look the changes appearing on here and I want to increase the size a little bit more for this phone number. So let's increase the size. Okay, I think 40% is looks good. Okay, so I'm selecting OK. So our bevel and emboss effect is added and right now we will add a stroke. So let's add a stroke and therefore we have to go effects option once again. So here is the effects option and here is the stroke option. So I'm selecting this stroke option and you can take a look, already a black stroke is applied to our phone number, but right now we will not add the black stroke, we will add a red color stroke, as because a red color is really suitable with the black background. So let's change the color. So here is the color option and I want to select a red color and I'm selecting OK. You can take a look at preview, but I think the stroke size seems a little bit bigger, so I want to reduce the size of stroke. Right now it's in 8 pixel. I want to make it half, 4 pixel. Okay, looks good. And I want to reduce the opacity. Okay, I think 82% is good. Okay, so I'm selecting OK and you can take a look. Now our phone number looks much better than before. And let's make this text layer, I want to convert this text layer into a smart object. So let's convert into smart object by pressing right button of your mouse and here is a convert to smart object option. You can take a look, our text layer is converted into a smart object and right now I will add a QR code. Actually nowadays most of credit card have a magnetic device on here and I want to place this QR code and it will be look like a magnetic device. Actually instead of magnetic device I want to add this QR code. So let's add a QR code in here. before placing a QR code, we have to generate a QR code. So we will generate a QR code from a website, and here is the website, and the link of this website is the qrcodegenerator.com. So let me write some information in here. I want to write my name first, then designation, let me write the phone number, and let me write email address, info@skill4.com, and I want to write my Facebook, fb.com/. Okay, and right now I want to download this QR code, and therefore you have to select this save option. So I'm selecting this save option, and please make sure the format should be with PNG format, and let me write the name QR code. So you just have to click save. You can take a look, a QR code is downloaded. So we will use this QR code in our business card. Okay, our QR code is downloaded, and right now we will place that QR code on here, and therefore you just have to use this file menu, and from there we will use this place embedded option. And here is our QR code. So I'm selecting this QR code and I'm selecting place. So here is our QR code. Let me scale it, and I want to place this QR code on here. I think it's look a little bit bigger. I want to scale it with this size. I think it looks good, and I want to place it on here. Okay, so now it looks good. We will use this QR code instead of a magnetic device, and here is a tick mark. I'm clicking this tick mark, and now it really looks good. So our name, designation, phone number, and QR code is placed, and right now we will put the other information like address, Facebook, email, and all other information. We will place it right now. So let's do that. Okay, so right now we will draw a rounded rectangle shape, and inside the rounded rectangle shape we will write our address, our Facebook link, and our email address. So let's create a rounded rectangle shape, and therefore you just have to right click on your mouse on this ellipse tool, and then you will get this rounded rectangle tool. So I'm selecting this rounded rectangle tool, and please make sure the fill color will be not red. So I'm selecting this red color, and here is the color picker. Let me find some better color. I want to use this color. I think this one is good. So I'm selecting OK, and let me draw a rectangle shape with a rounded rectangle shape. So I want to draw a rounded rectangle shape on here. Okay, looks good, and I want to reduce the opacity of this rounded rectangle shape. I want to reduce the opacity I want to put for 25%. Okay, and I want to rename this layer name. I want to write this layer name address bar instead of a rounded rectangle one. So you just have to double click on here, and let me write the name address bar. Okay, so right now we will write our address in here, and therefore we have to use this type tool. So I'm selecting this type tool and let me write the address. So let me write the address. I want to write 1234 Springfield Road. Okay, so we want to scale this text properly with our address bar, and therefore I want to decrease the text size. So let me select entire address, and here is the text size. I want to go for 9 point. Okay, looks good. And I want to place this CA on here. Okay, looks really good. Here is our address, and right now I will write the Facebook link. So here is a tick mark. I am selecting this tick mark, and once again I have to use this type tool, and let me write here Facebook and let me write the profile address fb.com/Coel-Stephen. Okay, so here is the tick mark. I am selecting this tick mark, and I have to scale this link, and therefore you just have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard, and let's scale it properly. I think it's quite closer with the address. I want to place a little bit down here. I think now it looks good. Okay, and right now I will write the email. So let me write the email address. I want to write the email address. So let me write the email info@skill4.com. Okay, so I'm selecting this tick mark, and I'm pressing Ctrl and T button from my keyboard, and let me scale it properly. Okay, and I think we have to increase the height of this address bar. So therefore I'm selecting this address bar, and I have to scale it. So therefore I am pressing Ctrl and T button from my keyboard, and I want to increase the size of this address bar a little bit more. And let me select this tick mark, and let's take a look how it looks like. I think it looks much better. Okay, so this is how you will create a credit card design business card. Let me turn off the grid view, then you will have a clear look on this business card. So here is the view menu, and here is the show option, and from there you will have to select this grid option. So I'm selecting this grid option. Okay, now you will have the clear look, and if you don't want to put this whitewood background, you can turn it off. So let's turn it off, this whitewood background, and let's take a look how it look like. So here is the whitewood background. I want to turn it off from here. Here is the looks without whitewood background. Actually it's depend on you and depend on your choice. If you want to put any background, you can place any image on your background, or if you don't want to use any image, then you don't have to place or put any image on your background. It's totally depend up to you. So this is a credit card design business card, and it's really exceptional. So if you have to create a business card, I will always request you create some creative or uncommon or exceptional business card. And if you want to create a business card like this credit card design business card, then I will request you, please try minimum 3 or 4 times by watching this tutorial. Or if you have any question, then you can write it on our course comment box. So let's see you in our next lesson.